Hey everyone, it's the one and only magnificent bird, Beak, speaking to you today. And in today's video, I am back at it with some more Harry Potter Hogwarts mystery. And instead of doing and picking back up with the Quidditch side quest part 7 like we were originally supposed to, there is a timed event for Nearly Headless Nick. Y'all remember the ghost from the very first Harry Potter movie whose head nearly comes off? So anyway, yeah, we're going to be doing a timed event for him. And I asked you guys what you wanted to see first, and you guys voted for the Nearly Headless Nick event. And that you pretty much voted telling me that it was okay to wait on the Quidditch side quest, which is good because we got 4 days and 8 hours in order to get it done. Hopefully I'll be able to get it done. Now, at the time of this recording, now this is not going to be all one recording. It's going to be a bunch of recordings and I'm going to have to edit it. So I'll be honest, I don't know when this is going to be on YouTube, but it's obviously going to be on YouTube as soon as sometime after I complete the timed event. So I hope all of you are doing good and staying safe. And like always, if you like the video, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment down below. And if you aren't subscribed already, feel free to hit that subscribe button and leave a comment down below, like always. And if, turn on all notifications so you know the second that I upload to YouTube. And if you want to share the video, that would be great. And if you do any of that, if you do any of those things, that would be very much appreciated. Now, let's go ahead and get started with this. I like the Halloween decorations, all the jack-o'-lanterns around. So, yeah, so we gotta meet Nick in the Great Hall to get this started. I was hoping that the timer wouldn't start, but unfortunately it has. So, that's why I had to ask you guys this question. So, here we go. But we will, I promise, sometime this month, we will get back to the Quidditch side quest. That is definitely gonna happen for sure. This just came up at the last minute, so I don't think I've ever done a timed event for you guys on the channel. So let's see. I wonder how it'll do. Studying under the stairs helps me concentrate. All right. I wish I could fly on my broom as gracefully as the ghosts glide through the air. Oh, there we got some ghosts. That's cool. It got a bit chilly. It reminds me of autumn afternoons at the Wand Farm. All right. Oh, damn. Okay, we got it all. All right. Let's see what Nearly Headless Nick has to say. Hello, Drew Green. So good to see you this evening. Good evening to you too, Nearly Headless Nick. I heard you were looking for me. Yes, I was hoping that I could rely on your assistance in coordinating something exceptional with me. The Grey Lady shares the kindest remarks about you whenever your name is mentioned. Yes, that makes sense because the Grey Lady was a part of Ravenclaw. So, there you go. I'm honored. How can I help? As you may know, my death day is fast approaching, October 31st to be exact. To celebrate the occasion, I would like to host the grandest event with my friends, a death day party. Isn't that the day you died? That sounds a little dreary. The living see a death day as the day someone died, but ghosts see it as the day they started a new chapter. Some might find that dreary, but a death day party can be quite the affair. Such as planning the event of the magnitude that I have in mind is more than I can handle alone. I'm glad to help. What sort of party did you want? Let me tell you what I have planned so far. And as you can see, we have plenty of energy, so we might be able to go quite far on one part before I have to stop it while the energy refills. So we got, 1 hour, so we can breeze through this one. Just like, bam, bam, bam. Like, no problem. Is a Death Day party like a dinner party? Are there games, dancing? We should find a suitable location for this event as soon as possible. I want all of Hogwarts ghosts to be there. Everyone is invited, of course. Music should be reverberate through the party, loud, festive, and piercing. All the food must be served rotten. It's the only way we ghosts can almost... That's the only way they can... Wow, I didn't know that. I just learned something new. So, I didn't know the food had to be rotten for them to be able to even try to eat it. Let's keep the party dark and moody. I want my guests to feel comfortable. Yeah. This will be the most high-spirited social event of the season. Alright, we... Just like that. Quickety split. Just like that. But we got 4 parts total to this, so you gotta keep that in mind. A Death Day party sounds like a wonderful evening where you celebrate in style. Indeed, every ghost in Hogwarts should feel honored to be invited. It'll be the talk of the castle. We'll need the works, formal invitations, a proper venue, a cornucopia of extremely spoiled food. The list goes on. I'm glad that you know what you want. I wouldn't know where to start with hosting an event like this. I sense my surroundings differently than the living. Touch, sound, and sight. It's indestructibly unique as a ghost. That said, I'm curious, what do you think of these arrangements? I like it spooky. The party sounds like a lot of fun. I think the ghost will like it a lot. I should have known you would be closely attuned to my ghostly sensibilities. What can I say? I like what I like. Now, we'll need to get the word out, at least informally for the time being. That way we can get every ghost at Hogwarts buzzing about how fabulous our soiree will be. Right, who should we speak with first? I think I know where just to start. Alright. My dear Freyr, I was hoping to get a moment of your time. I'm sorry, friend, but it must wait. I received the most delightful news. We will have to catch up at another time. Fat Freyr. That's unusual. Follow the Fat Freyr and see what he's talking about. And make sure you get him on board with my Death Day party. Find the Freyr. Was there something you wanted to speak with me about? I don't know, let's see. You got anything to hide? Well, he said it was wonderful news, so it's probably nothing bad. Oh, wow, I like the... Okay, alright, this is cool. I like the lanterns and stuff. I can't wait to see what all of this looks like around Christmas. That's the one I'm looking forward to the most. Okay, find the Freyr. The Freyr. The Friar? No, the Freyr. Oh. The ghosts appear to be excited about something, but none of them will tell me anything about it. Have you heard the good news? I can barely contain myself. Okay. This will be such an honor for Hogwarts. Excuse me, Freyr. May I have a moment of your time? I beg your pardon for the intrusion. My name is Drew Green. Ah, yes, Drew Green. The Grey Lady has told me you are quite the clever Ravenclaw. How can I be of assistance to you today? Sir Nicholas has asked me to help plan his Death Day party, and he wanted to make sure you could attend. It breaks my heart to say this, but I can't even think about that right now. I'm rather busy at the moment. Does it have anything to do with the commotion that the other ghosts are talking about? It absolutely does. I have just received word that a very prestigious ghost will be coming to visit Hogwarts. Oh, interesting. Is that a rare occurrence? Indeed. It's my friend's first time visiting the castle. Now, I need to make sure that his stay will be worthy of their time. If you were hosting a very distinguished guest, how do you start planning for their visit? Ask them what they like, make a list of special things, create space for them to stay. Make a list of special things. You could try to create a list of all the things that makes Hogwarts special to you. After all, as the house ghost of Hufflepuff, you know this castle inside and out. What what would you want to see if you were the one who was visiting? That's a splendid idea. There are so many extraordinary aspects of the castle, I shouldn't have any problem creating a tour interior something. Anyway, if you don't mind me asking, what makes this guest particularly special? This guest isn't just special, he's great. Erling the Great. Perhaps you can help me plan for his arrival if I tell you a little more about Erling. Alright? Brainstorm with the Freyer. 3 hours, 3 stars. No problem. We got the energy to do it. It's a great honor to host Earring. He only visits the most important wizarding sites. What do the other ghosts think you should plan? I may not be the best expert on hosting ghosts. You're asking his second year. So, but we're the main characters, so it's all good. Erling the Great loves to recount stories of his travels to other ghosts. Alright. There's so much to see at Hogwarts, I hope Erling gets to experience it all. What do the other... Okay, we read that. I'm not going to reread stuff. Is it common for ghosts like Erling to travel a lot? I may not be... Okay, yep. Yep, I read that already. Yep, we read that just now. I'm not worried about that, because I'm sure to be owned. It doesn't really matter. Yep, yeah. Okay. Erling the Great is a special kind of storyteller, a bard of sorts, but the one that specifically tells stories for ghosts. He is known for sharing stories about the most noteworthy locations in wizarding history. Ghosts travel far and wide to hear him speak. He's quite famous. It sounds like this is a rare opportunity for Hogwarts to enjoy his stories. How long have you known him? Many years. We've been friends ever since the two of us were alive. Of course, all the ghosts here are massive fans of his travel stories, so naturally everyone is in a frenzy. Is it safe to assume that it's been a long time since he visited Hogwarts? Erling has never visited the school before, and that's what has me so worried. I want to make sure that my friend's visit represents all of Hogwarts well. We must uphold our reputation. If he's as beloved by all the ghosts as you say he is, I'm sure everyone will be on their best behavior. I hope so. Most of Erling's stories revolve around his travels, and he shares them with ghosts all over the world. Erling's views of the school could affect our social standing for years to come. If there was ever a time to make a good impression, this is it. You know, it will be nearly Headless Nick's death day while he is visiting. Do you think Erling would like an invitation to nearly Headless Nick's party? I'm sure he would love to have both of you in attendance. That is an exciting option. Death Day parties are the type of formal affairs that Erling enjoys. However, I must have so much to plan that I'm afraid I can't commit to it right now. Of course, Hufflepuff can't commit to it. Why am I not surprised? Anyway, is there anything I can do to help make your decision any easier? Well, let me rephrase that. There's very few Hufflepuffs that can commit. Cedric Diggory, Tonks, Penny Haywood, and Professor Sprout. Other than that, I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna move on. You must help find Erling a place to haunt while he's here. I need a room that's simple but refined. Grad grand without being too obscenous? No, I know that. Okay, anyway. Do you know of any place like that? I could give it some thought when I study with Penny. Maybe she has some ideas. There we go. Yes, please do, Drew. I can't possibly think about nearly Headless Nick's party until Erling has a place to stay. Okay. Study with Penny. Let's get some studying done in the courtyard. So, yeah, we got. Yeah, there we go. Alright. I'm just checking to see what we got. Okay. Alright, let's go to the courtyard. I can't seem to focus on studying now that I've got two ghosts expecting my help. There's something about this time of year that gets the ghost worked up. Who's expecting your help? Nearly Headless Nick wants the Fat Freyer to agree to attend his Death Day party, but the Freyer is too busy planning for a friend's visit to think about anything else. This must be some friend that's coming for a visit. His friend is Erling the Great. The Freyer told me he's a famous ghost and storyteller. All the ghosts love him. A storytelling ghost. I wouldn't mind listening to his stories if I got the chance. The Fat Freyer seemed quite preoccupied with his friend's visit. It was as if nothing else mattered. I can understand his concerns, though. Hosts feel responsible for their guests. It might help if we put ourselves in his shoes. If I was visiting Hogwarts for the first time, what's the first thing you would show me? Ooh. The Great Hall, the Transfiguration Classroom, the training grounds. The Great Hall. I think I would start where all the students at Hogwarts begin their studies, the Great Hall. Do you remember the first time you walked through the doors before our sorting ceremony? I marveled at how the ceiling appealed. Damn, I can't read. I marveled at how the ceiling appeared to extend endlessly upwards. I think it's one of Hogwarts' most beautiful places. I think you've got an act for this, Drew. If we can find Erling the Great suitable haunting grounds, the Freyer will accept nearly Headless Nick's invitation. As a Hufflepuff, you know the Freyer better than me, Penny. Where do you think the Freyer would like his guests to stay? Let's think of a place for Erling to haunt during his stay together. In fact, I have a few ideas myself. Alright. Okay, great. An hour. This will be quickety split. Awesome. We should find Erling a place that will appeal to his love of history. Okay. What other activities does the Freyer have in mind for Erling during his stay? I think the artifact room may be quiet enough for a ghost to feel at home. There you go. I love the courtyard, but that might be too bright for him during the day. I'm curious about what kind of story Erling will tell others about Hogwarts. The artifact room has a lot of objects with stories attached to them. That could be a good place. The artifact room may be the best place for Erling the Great. Wow, we got one new one. Whipped it down. That's it. The artifact room would be the perfect place for Erling the Great to haunt during his stay at Hogwarts. It's off the beaten path, and the antiquities surrounding him will be sure to keep his fascination. If Erling likes being surrounded by history and stories, I think he'll love it. The best part is that I think the room won't require much preparation. I don't think we'll find a better solution. I wonder what Erling will tell other ghosts about Hogwarts. There's a lot of history in these walls, and so much more history to come much later on. So, I'm not sure, but I think the artifact room could inspire him. We'll have to track the Freyer down as soon as we can to make that happen. Don't keep him waiting. Alright. Talk with the Freyr. You have a solution to my haunting problem. Find me in the Great Hall. Great, we got a chocolate frog. Talk to the Freyr. I wonder what Dumbledore wants. I don't know. This ain't about Dumbledore. This is about the fat Freyr. Okay. I cannot wait to meet Erling the Great. After all this time, I've heard so much about him. Okay. I cannot believe that the one and only Erling the Great will be visiting Hogwarts. I cannot wait to hear his stories. There's Freyr. Alright. Good evening, Freyr. I believe that I found the perfect place for Erling the Great to haunt during his stay. Marvelous! Everything else for his visit is just about set. Where did you find room for our guest? What do you think about the artifact room? It's dark, cozy, and has plenty of wizarding history within its walls. I think that'll do nicely. Thank you so much for helping me, Drew. Now that that's settled, do you think you and Erling will be able to make it to Nearly Headless Nick's Death Day party? Oh, about that. He's here! He's here! Erling the Great has arrived! Now? But he wasn't scheduled to appear until tomorrow. Is that going to be a problem? You saved me the embarrassment of not having a room for him, so we should be good. For the moment, at least. Oh, is this him? Okay. Well, well, if it isn't the fat Freyr himself. Erling the Great, what a pleasure it is to have you here. I trust that your trip was comfortable. As comfortable as it can be expected for a 974-year-old ghost. Tell me, Freyr, who is this? Where are my manners, Erling? I would like to introduce you to Drew Green. He found you a room to haunt during your stay here at Hogwarts. Is that so? In that case, I owe you my sincerest gratitude, Mr. Green. It is a pleasure. You remind me of a student I recently met at Bo Baxon's. Very kind and charitable. Very kind and charitable. Extremely bright too. That's the school with the girls that wear that light blue. That place. I know I didn't say the name right, but anyway. Thank you, and you're welcome, Mr. Pardon my asking, but how do you prefer to be addressed? Some call me Erling. You may call me Erling the Great. It's a pleasure to meet you, Erling the Great. I hope you consider yourself an expert on ghostly matters only to ensure that I get the most from my visit to Hogwarts. How familiar are you with the ghost here? Ghosts are relatively new to me. I know a few things. I'm an expert. I'm an expert on ghosts, sir. I know what an honor it is to have you here at Hogwarts. Your words are music to my ears. I know the Freyr would only trust the most knowledgeable of Hogwarts students with such an important task. Could you and the Freyr give me an introduction to Hogwarts and tell me what you have planned? Okay. 8 hours, damn. Luckily, I have the energy for it. It'll eat it up. It's going to eat a lot of it up, but that's alright. Ghosts have been requesting a Hogwarts visit from me for centuries. I've heard many stories of the magical items that can only be found here. I have countless stories to share with all of you. Where should I begin? We must show you our training grounds. That's where our students learn to fly. The dungeons under Hogwarts are massive. You must see them. I have a very full itinerary planned for you. I expect to be treated to the finest that Hogwarts has to offer. Every ghost here has been looking forward to your arrival, Erling. Okay, yep. Yep, I've heard so many stories of the magical items that can be found here at Hogwarts. Did you get any time to see Hogsmeade on your way here? I have countless stories to share with all of you. Where should I begin? The courtyard is beautiful this time of year. We must show you our training grounds. That's where our students learn to fly. Okay, I've already said that. Yep. Yeah, that kind of just ate through my energy, just like that. But I mean, we practically we got well over 3 days to get this done, and we're done with part 1 of 4 already. So I'm glad I had all that energy. You make it sound as though I won't have a moment to spare during this all too brief tour of the grounds. I couldn't ask for anything better, old friend. It's not every day that we have such a prolific spirit gracing our halls, Erling. Is there room on the interior? Is there room on the interior for nearly headless Nick's Death Day party? He will be very excited to host both of you. Who? Ooh, this is not looking good for Nick. Oh God. Perhaps we can discuss this later, Drew. If we're celebrating anyone's death day with a party, it will most certainly be mine. Ooh, he's arrogant. When is it? October 31st, of course. Of course it is. That's the same night as Nearly Headless Nick's. Perhaps we could celebrate both of them together? Green, right. Look, I'm sure this not headless Nathan. Not headless Nathan. Hashtag not headless Nathan. I might have to make this into a short. Oh man, okay. This is too great. I'm sure this not headless Nathan is nice chap and all, but my death day is my day. A spirit of my stature deserves the finest treatments. I will not be asked to share a party. It's insulting. End of story. Goodbye. Don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out. That's pretty much what he's saying, yeah. Goodbye, end of story, end of day. Don't let the door hit your backside on the way out. Jesus. On the contrary, I think this is just the beginning. Sir Nick, now's not the best. If you're looking for the finest treatments, you'll need to come to my Death Day party on the same night. Drew, I can trust you can Drew, can I trust you to retrieve Sir Nick before we make any rash decisions? I want us to talk this out. Okay. Damn, some of these words, I'm sorry, sometimes I can't read word for damn. Okay, so that's the Dueling Death Day parties part 1 complete. So we got 3 more parts. Part 2, a spirited confrontation brews when Hogwarts plays host to an extraordinary ghost. Alright, so we got 3 more parts, so let's see what we got next. Chat with friends. I would like to talk with you and Sir Nicholas in the courtyard. I wonder how many parts. Damn, 5? This one's got 5 parts? Holy shit. Maybe it's gonna go from 5 to 6 to 7. I mean, I'm kind of expecting that. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's get to the bottom of this. We have two ghosts with the same death day. How do we celebrate both of them? I'm not the one pretending that my death day is the only one that matters. Why can't each ghost host their own party and let everyone decide how they want to spend their evening? I doubt that a divided audience will be an event worthy of Erling's prestige. We can't forget that he will be sharing his Hogwarts experiences with ghosts all over the world. All over the world. I don't want him to be speaking ill of the castle or its residents. I don't think anyone here wants that, right, Sir Nicholas? It's bad enough that every spirit in the castle is going to be mad for Erling, but giving in to his ridiculous demands. Well, I don't have a word for how ridiculous it is other than ridiculous. It's that ridiculous. Oh, these ghosts are they're cracking me up, dude. We're never going to get anywhere arguing amongst ourselves like this. Oh, there he is. Oh, shit. I believe Drew is quite right about that. This reminds me of a conversation I had with Gregory the Smarmy back in the 12th century. It all started when who invited this Claude? Oh, no. Name calling? It is clearly apparent to me that we are at an impasse. Erling, would you be open to discussing this with us? We're trying to find a solution that works for everyone. Of course I am, but only if everyone can behave themselves. Alright. 3 hours. There we go. Oh, Lord. I'm not interested in hearing a word from this ill-mannered fool. I wouldn't be caught dead at Erling's death day party. Come on, Nick. You're not making your case look good. I mean, I know Erling is a bit of an asshole. But, like, okay, let's see. I tried to be a gentleman about it, but Sir Nicholas is clearly no gentleman at all. We'll get nowhere with all this arguing. Please, everyone, calm down for a moment. Host your own party if you wish. I don't want you there anyways. I will host my own party that evening, whether you like it or not. We all know that every ghost will want to be at my death day party. There's no reason we can't find a solution that works for everyone. Let's give ourselves a moment to calm down and think this through. Have either of you met someone with the same death day before? I tried to be a gentleman. Yeah. Yep. There we go. Go ahead and host another party on October 1st if you like. Just don't be surprised when no one shows up. I shall. We'll see if the ghost of Hogwarts want to enjoy a grand evening with me or a dull night of your yammering. Erling, Sir Nicholas, please rethink this. You're making everyone... I bid you all a good night. Likewise, I have an invitation list to attend to. Wait, Sir Nicholas, don't... Oh, there he goes. There goes the other one. Ugh. Oh dear, they're fighting because I forgot about Sir Nicholas's death day when I was planning Erling's visit. You tried to remind me about nearly headless Nick's party, but with everything else on my mind, it slipped my mind and we're all suffering for it. I'm afraid this is all my fault, isn't it? I suppose it is your fault. It's not your fault. You may have forgotten their death day plans, but it's not your fault that they're acting this way. I suppose I hadn't thought about it like that before. Don't be too hard on yourself, Freyr. Get back to your studies while you can, Drew. We'll have to see if sometime to cool off will calm their crankrious Death Day party host. Okay. What's next? Get advice from Penny. Let's talk in the Charms classroom. It should be quiet in there. Alright. Sure. I'll make this first part like long. I'm expecting this video to will it be over 2 hours? It could be. I don't know. And again, like I said earlier in the video, I don't know when this is going to be uploaded, but it's obviously going to be sometime after I complete this event, because the Quidditch side quest is not timed, so I can eventually get to that. This I have to get done within a certain amount of time. That's why we're doing it now. The ghosts sure are going gaga over this Erling fella. I heard one of Erling the Great stories last night about dragon keepers in Romania. It was simply incredible. Have you heard Erling the Great will be hosting his Death Day party here at Hogwarts? Alright. I can't believe that Erling and nearly headless Nick will be hosting completely Death Day parties. It's a shame that it's come to that, but those two ghosts do not get along. Now it seems like the whole school is talking about them. Erling sounds like a fascinating personality. It would be nice to meet someone with that much experience traveling. You might run into him if you keep your eyes out for him. He's supposed to be touring Hogwarts with the Fat Freyer. Or they might come to us. Oh, here they are. And this is our Charms classroom. You will often find Professor Flitwick in here teaching students. Oh, Penny, Drew, what a delight to see you. Let me introduce you to... Some call me Erling, but you may call me Erling the Great. I'm Penny Haywood. Charmed to meet you, Erling the Great. Drew was telling me about you and your travels. They are quite legendary. Did you know that I was in talks to collaborate with a writer to collect my stories into books? Yes, you told me all about that on our way here. I'm so glad that you can meet Penny. She is one of Hufflepuff's best potion students. You're too kind, Freyer. How goes your tour of Hogwarts so far? The castle is about as grand as I expected. Beautiful classrooms, even if their arrangement is slightly confusing. Unfortunately, we cannot stay long because today's schedule is rather brisk. But we have a moment to let you get better acquainted with Erling if you like. Okay. 3 hours. So we still got over 100. Okay. Alright. Hogwarts has a rich history to explore. Every room hosts something magical. I would love to share my knowledge of history with this school. I try to bring ghosts together through my travels and stories. It's nice to hear that Erling and the Freyer have been friends for so long. What are you looking forward to seeing most, Erling? What's your favorite site from wizarding history? I'm especially interested in showing Erling our spacious dungeons. Perhaps I could speak to the students with a writer's workshop? I'm very impressed with the caliber of Hogwarts students I've met so far. Hogwarts has a rich history, great yada yada yada. I would love to share my knowledge of history with this school. I'm glad that we can host Erling as he passes through the school. It's nice to hear that Erling and the Freyer have been friends for so long. Okay. Congrats for what? For nothing. For absolutely nothing. Yep. It is such a joy to get to know the charming students of Hogwarts, such bright young minds. The warm welcome from most of Hogwarts leads me to believe my upcoming Death Day will be one to remember. We're glad that you can spend it among friends here. And it's a pleasure to get to know you too. It's not every day that a distinguished such as yourself visits Hogwarts. I hate to interrupt, but I must remind Erling that we're scheduled to tour the dungeons in a few moments. Ah, yes, the dungeons. What better place for two ghosts to haunt? Yeah, you could haunt the shit out of Professor Snape, scare the living daylights out of him. Well, although he might not get scared easy, but it's an idea. Anyway, do you know who has some genuinely fascinating dungeons? Azkaban. Interestingly enough, I visited the island before it was turned into a prison. The dreadful owner in those times. You can tell me all about that on our way. But only after you help make some decisions for your Death Day party. There's still a lot to coordinate. Of course, show me the way. Excuse us, good day to you both. He's certainly a talkative spirit, isn't he? Did I understand his tendency towards storytelling? I'm not sure that it would be possible to overstate it. Erling makes a pompous first impression, but he seems much nicer when he lets his guard down. Letting others see that side of Erling might help straighten things out with nearly headless Nick. Is Sir Nicholas really going to continue planning his own Death Day party the same night? I'm afraid nothing will deter him now. He's extremely dedicated. The ghosts who are invited to both parties will be in a tight spot. There are compelling reasons to go to either party. Who do you think will have the most guests at their party? If I gotta be, let's go with Erling. Everyone is talking about Erling. I can't imagine they would miss a chance to celebrate with him. I can see that Erling is a charismatic spirit. I hope nearly headless Nick takes it well if that's the case. Agreed, I hope that his feelings aren't hurt. I wish there was a way for me to help Sir Nicholas through this. I'll be meeting with nearly headless Nick to go over his party plans soon. Would you like to join? Absolutely. Just let me know when and I'll be there. Help Nick make invitations. I need your help making invitations. Find me in the Great Hall. Hold on, I got to... Okay, alright, we're good. I just had to check my phone's battery. Alright, never mind, we're good. But as you can see, I'm like kind of starting to run out of energy here. And as soon as I get to that point, I am going to have to stop. Which is going to be unfortunate, but it is what it is. Okay, so Great Hall. Will we be able to get this done? It depends. I don't know. Will we be able to get this last part done in one run? I don't know. We'll see. Okay. I'm intrigued to see what becomes of this competing Death Day party brouhaha I've heard so much about. I listed to Erling the Great to tell stories all night long. By the time he was finished, the sun was beginning to rise. Wow. Erling the Great, he's had a full life. Penny told me that the fat Freyr's been swamped planning some kind of party for his friend. Penny told me blah blah blah. Okay. Drew, Penny, it's good to see both of you again. Thank you so much for helping me organize my Death Day party today. What needs to get done today? As you know, my Death Day party will be a formal As you know, my Death Day party will be a formal event. There we go. I'm not even going to bother to try to repeat the S word. I know what it says. I just can't get the words out of my mouth correctly. And we're going to move on. Okay, and Erling is hosting his party on the same night. I need to send out a classy save the date as soon as possible. I would like you to use your wizarding skills to create some beautiful invitations to set the tone for my guests. Great, what type of invitation would you like us to make? I want something that shows how this event will have an elegant touch. I was thinking of using howlers. Oh yeah, the way that Molly Weasley, she sent a howler to Ron in the second movie about, how dare you take your father's car, and embarrass the hell out of him in front of everybody in the school. That part was funny as hell. Like, that's, yeah. Okay, howlers might not be the first thing that comes to my mind, but when I think about the word elegant, of course not. Our howlers won't be yelling at the invites, they'll be beckoning our guest gently so. How do you suppose we do that? I know of a charm that will be perfect for this. Excellent, Penny. I might have to come back to this. I don't know. 3 hours? And then what is that, 65? 65 out? Well, I mean, we're going to do it regardless. Okay. I should take my time to make sure I get this right. It's not too difficult, you just need to practice the right form. I need to be careful with this charm. I don't want his howler to yell at anybody, just like Molly Weasley. McGonagall taught me how to make howlers. They're quite fun. Interesting. Carefully, your tone determines the... Enunciate carefully. I gotcha. Yeah. I want the howler to sound regal, confident, and proud. Why is this so tricky? It's already made of paper. These invitations set the stage for what guests should expect at my party. It's not too difficult, you just need to practice the right form. I need to be careful. Yep, they're fun to make. Enunciate carefully, your tone determines the howler's voice. It's just a flick of the wrist. Penny's form is so exact, she makes it look so easy. Okay, we might be able to get it done. I think we're good. There we go. I didn't know if we were going to be able to get that done before running out of energy, but we did, so that's good. But I think I'm going to have to stop it, not right this second, but just for now, until we can get full energy back. Alright, there we go. We got ourselves a howler. You are cordially invited to celebrate the death day of Sir Nicholas D. Mimsy Porticon. I don't know if I said that right. Outstanding, Drew. These invitations are quite posh. I'd like to see some old Erling come up with something as good as this. Well done. I'm glad that we could help. What's magic? That's what magic is for, right? It's always a delight to watch the both of you use your talents. If I'm honest, it brings back a lot of memories from my day as a wizard before I became a ghost. It makes me miss using magic. Oh, Sir Nicholas, we didn't mean to. It's okay, I get a little emotional as my death day approaches. I remember the perks of being alive. It causes memories to come flooding back. Many of them are pleasant, some of them not so much. Surely you must enjoy being a ghost, though, especially here at Hogwarts. Enjoy might be a strange word to apply here. Forgive my curiosity, but what's it like to be a ghost? It's almost like living, but definitely not living. I'm not sure I understand. Let me think about it for a second. Ah, Drew. If you had to lose one, would you rather lose your sense of smell or sense of touch? If I had to pick one? I wouldn't miss my sense of smell. I'll go with that. I suppose I could do without my sense of smell. There are some unpleasant scents out there for sure. That's true. But what about the smell of freshly baked bread, or how coffee smells when brewed first thing in the morning? Wouldn't you miss the sense of good things too? I would miss those scents for sure, but I could still remember them, right? That's sort of what it's like to be a ghost. I can remember all the wondrous sensations life has to offer. Sometimes I can almost sense them, but I'm always reminded in a strange way that I can't sense them at all, something that every ghost experiences. Some become angry, damn. Some become angry just like angry grandma or bitter, but it makes me appreciate the time I had as a living wizard even more. Thank you for sharing that, nearly headless Nick. That's very thoughtful of you. Don't let my long-winded lecturing go to waste now. Our world isn't perfect, but it's important to appreciate all that we have here and today. Enough babbling. I want my guests to RSVP these invitations before Erling has a chance to sway them. Start with that one on the top of the pile. You can find her by the bathrooms. Oh, is it going to be who I think it's going to be? And, well, coincidentally enough, look at that. Deliver the invitations. I can't deliver invitations right now. Find me after class. Look at that. So we gotta wait 4 hours anyway, and plus I was planning on stopping to let the energy refill. So it's a perfect time to go ahead and stop for now. But once the 4 hours passes up and once I have full energy, I will be back. So let me just save it real quick. That way I don't lose any progress. So for you guys it'll be just a second, but for me it'll be a little bit. So yeah, I'll be right back. All right, I am back, and obviously this is going to be one of the parts that I didn't record. I mean, I wasn't talking while I was recording because I believe around this time I was grocery shopping, I want to say. I'm not 100% sure. I was either... There are going to be certain parts during this long video where I'm not going to talk, and I might just, as I'm editing, I'm just going to say what's on my mind and explain like why I'm not talking on these parts, but then certain parts I'm reading the dialogue and stuff like that. There are certain parts where I went either grocery shopping, I was running errands in town, or I was around family members at the time. And so, yeah, I was still able to record all of this, but I wasn't able to talk during all of it. So, some parts I might, if I have something on my mind, I might just say what I gotta say as I'm editing, but other parts, if I don't really got anything to say, I'll just let it play out, because you can still hear the game audio, you just won't be able to hear me talking. You know, but then in some parts I'll be reading the dialogue and I'll be reading what the characters are saying and whatnot. And yeah, so I think I was grocery shopping around this part, like I said, or running errands. I'm not sure, but I was out and about, and if I was like walking up in the store, like recording and like talking to you guys, people around me would be thinking, this crazy motherfucker's talking to himself in the store. So, I mean, you know, I didn't want like all of that attention on me. Obviously, I'm there to get my shopping done and get on with it, right? So, yeah, like I said, some of these parts I wasn't available to read all of the dialogue, but yeah, you can still hear the game audio, and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go and let the rest of this part play out. Alright, I am back after waiting 2 hours to meet up with nearly headless Nick. So let's wake up Salem to get some energy because we're gonna need it. So I'm officially on part 3 of 4. So I'm curious. Hold on, let's see the rewards for part 4. 4 gems, 1,000 XP. Okay, that's like a badge or something, or 3 chocolate three chocolate frogs. Huh. Wait a minute. Are we gonna get a whole outfit where we can be invisible like a ghost? Huh. If that's the case, that's actually kind of interesting. Alright, let's go ahead and go to the courtyard and meet with Nick. Plan with Nick. Alright. I ran into Erling the Great in the hallway, and his story made me late for class. Oh, I bet it did. Nearly headless Nick has informed me that there will be dancing at his Death Day party. Ooh, dancing, you say? I heard that Erling's party would be serving moldy cheeses so fragrant that it causes the living to retch. Oh, God. Oh, Lord. Good news, Sir Nicholas. All the invitations have been delivered. Splendid. It looks like we're one step ahead of Erling, the not-so-great on that front. Unfortunately, Unfortunately, it appears that we're behind him when it comes to the matter of food preparation. I keep hearing all the ghosts talking about what kind of deliciously spoiled feast Erling has promised them. What have you thought about serving at your Death Day party? I have been kicking around a few ideas, but I haven't arrived at any firm conclusions yet. I do know that I want to present my guest with a 12-course meal. Alright, a 12-course meal of all the rotten goodness. But if we want it all prepared in time, I'll need to give the house elves final instructions as soon as possible. Let's go over what you have in mind so far. That way we know what portions of the menu still need to be figured out. You're such an efficient thinker, Drew. My magnificent Death Day party. After my magnificent Death Day party, I won't be surprised when other ghosts look out to you for help planning theirs. You are too kind, Sir Nicholas, but let's not get distracted right now. Right, I want to present my guest with a full course meal, 12 dishes created specifically for ghosts. So let's see, we got 30 out of 29. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop it and then come back for the rest of it, I'm gonna have to stop it and come back. You guys know how it works. But it'll all be one long-ass video by the time we get done with this. A 12-course meal sounds absolutely luxurious. Oh yeah, all the rotten food, yeah. It's definitely going to give your stomach an adventure. Oh my god. What type of food is traditionally served at a Death Day party? A cheese course would be easy to serve and can be quite pungent. The smellier and the rotten, the better. Do you know of any favorite dishes? I didn't read that as... Okay. A 12-course meal. Great. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. We got 9 left. Alrighty then. I'm gonna have to... Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go ahead and end it and back out. And when I get closer to completing it, I'll be back. So let me go ahead and save it. And once I'm close to completing it, I'll be right back.
This is not a dream.
Necklace Nigel? Really, bro? My god, I mean, Erling, as somebody that is so entitled, you would think you would be able to remember the name, pretty simple name, Nick, and not get it mixed up with Nigel. But what do I know? All right, I am back, and we are close to completing this part. And I had like over 100 gems, but I was running out of time to complete this. As you can see, I only have 27 minutes left to go. So yeah, I had to buy myself, with the gems, I had to buy myself 60 energy. Ugh, I hated to do that, but I don't want to have to redo any of this if I can help it. So let's go ahead and complete this. It's staggering to think about how much work goes into preparing rotten food. it is wild, for sure. I need to know everything about the menu that Erling has planned. Did the house elves mention if they had anything else planned for Erling's party? Alright, that should do it. Like I said, I hated to have to spend my gems in order to get more energy, but I just want to move on. That way the sooner I can move on, the sooner I can get to editing this and uploading it on YouTube, because I got other stuff to get to for the month of October. So that's all I can remember right now. Thinking about this too much will turn my stomach. It sounds like Erling has quite the feast planned, but spread should be just as plentiful. It's a good thing we got started on the menu when we did. If you really want to beat Erling's silly little party, you should preserve his food. That'll show him, yeah. Oh my god. Of course you would suggest something like that, Merla. There wouldn't be much of a death party without rotten food now, right? Merla has a point, but I doubt that's what we'll do. That would be a sneaky and devilish tactic. Only the lowest of the low would do something like that. And I don't think that type of trickery is very sportsmanlike. Nearly headless Nick, shouldn't we be focused on your Death Day feast? Do you want to show this Erling guy what for or not? I do, but I don't know if I support such skullduggery. I don't know what that says. We're gonna such trickery. We'll just call it such sabotage trickery. But Drew did tell me that I haven't gone far enough to compete with Erling. Sometimes you need to give your competition an extra push to show them who's boss. An extra push doesn't sound that bad. Maybe this is something I need to consider. Drew, would you be willing to preserve Erling's food? Hell yeah, let's do it. Yes, this will give us the edge. This might be the advantage we need to get the upper hand, Sir Nicholas. For once, I agree with Merla. I hate to think all that food will go to waste. If we use the right spell, Erling's menu will become edible for the living, that is. Interesting, I hadn't thought about that. I didn't think you'd be game for a little troublemaking. Consider me impressed. I want in on this too. Alright, I believe this is my best course of action. I'll summon you to the Great Hall when the time is right. Oh no, is this another where we gotta wait so much time? Damn. Scheme with Merla. Nick said he would call us when he's ready. I suppose he needs more time? I'll tell you what. Do I have a thing that can help me skip the timer altogether? Aha, I do. Okay, Nick says to meet him in the Great Hall. Hurry, it's urgent. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it now. I thought I was going to have to stop for at least 4 hours. But I don't know, depending on how much energy it requires, I might have to stop regardless. If it's one of those 8-hour ones, we'll definitely have to stop for sure. Okay, scheme with Merla. Damn, scheming with Merla. That is, I didn't have that in my bingo card when playing this game. No. I would have never thought it would happen. But here we are. If I want to outdo Erling, we need to preserve the food planned for his Death Day party. Let's hurry up, this place gives me the creeps at night. What's our plan here? I'll keep a lookout while the two of you start casting your spells. We'll need to work quickly and quietly. I don't want anyone to know that we're here. At least we agree on one thing. Just watch me, I have a knack for this type of thing. Let's see if you can back up your big talk, Merla. I don't know. Ooh, 8 hours? Well, we'll be able to do a little bit of it, but I will have to stop. But let's go ahead and get it started. Damn, that sucks, but what can you do? We got plenty of time. Alright. I hope Erling likes his food frozen solid. Ooh. Shh, don't make so much noise. I don't like resorting to trickery, but it's what needs to be done. You want to see an expert in action? Keep your eyes on me. Sir Nicholas, can you keep a lookout? The Great Hall is off limits right now. We should have absolute privacy. I hope this won't take long. Well, it's going to take almost about 8 hours in real life. Okay, so we're down to 20, whatever. Okay, 19 out of 29. Okay. This freezing spell has come in real handy. Calm down, I'm almost done. So 9. Okay. This charm could not be any easier, even if you can get the hang of it. Okay, so I don't want my energy to go down lower, so yeah, unfortunately I'm going to have to stop it for now, but no matter if the audio is muted or not, I'll be back, because, you know, like I was explaining in those parts where the audio was muted, I was out getting shit for the house. I was grocery shopping. I was running errands. So, I was able to do all of that and still do this. I just couldn't talk, but of course, you know, you'll hear that when I go to edit all of this. Whenever that time may be, the event will be over by the time I get to edit this and upload it, but that's okay. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and save it. And, you know, for you guys, it'll be just a sec. Just a couple of seconds, but for me, it'll be obviously a lot longer. We still got well over 3 days, but by the time we get this done, it'll be down to 2 days with only part 4 left to go, which is going to be a big help. So, yeah, I'll be back in just a sec. Okay, everyone, I am back, and as you can see, I have 28 out of 29 energy, so we should be able to go ahead and complete this one with well over 4 hours left to go for this part. So, here we go. I don't like resorting to trickery, but it's what needs to be done. There we go. We completed it just like that. That was very quick. Wonderful, the food is frozen solid. Now, the two of you should get out of here before... Freeze! Professor Sprout, uh-oh. That's what we just did. Uh-oh, Professor Sprout. Uh-oh. Drew Green, Merla Snide, and Nearly Headless Nick? You froze all of the food that was being prepared for Erling's Death Day party? I'm appalled. Excuse me for a moment, Professor, but I thought I heard something funny happening in here, but I had no idea that such misbehavior was going on in here. It only took you about 4 hours. Oh, God, okay. I'm going to need you to explain yourselves. Who is responsible for this? It was Merla's fault. Now I am responsible. This is my fault, Professor. I did this. Drew, don't. 15 points will be taken away from Ravenclaw for this. Damn it, I should have blamed Merla. Crap. Haha. That'll be 15 points from Slytherin as well. You think you was gonna get away scot-free, huh, Merla? Okay. So how do you like them damn apples, huh? It would be wise to remain silent right now, Miss Snide. I need to have a word with Erling in private. Or no, that's, shit. Not Erling, but, that's Nearly Headless Nick in private. Okay. Mr. Green, Miss Snide, please wait outside in the courtyard. Yes, Professor. Alright, that is part 3 complete. We only got one more part. Dueling Death Day Parties, Part 4. The night of the Dueling Death Day Parties approaches, but is Nick ready to host his event? I don't know. Speak with Nick. It is imperative that I talk with you and Merla in the courtyard. Alright, so how many parts? Oh god, it's got 5. Okay. Alright then. Speak with Nick. I should have known something like that would happen. You couldn't even pretend to blame our little prank on someone else. You're lucky Sprout didn't expel you. Merla, Drew, listen closely. I need to talk to both of you. Is everything alright? It took some convincing, but I think Professor Sprout and I arrived at a satisfactory agreement. Don't keep us in the dark, Sir Nicholas. Are we in trouble or what? I promised Professor Sprout that I would speak with both of you about the serious consequences of our actions. Okay. 3. Yeah, I'll probably have to stop it, but that's fine. Hell, even, I've been having to stop it and start it, so, I mean, it's nothing new at this point. The professor told me that none of Erling's food could be used. Interesting. Are Erling and the Freyer aware of what happened yet? Erling is not going to like any of this. Professor Sprout looked very upset. If you would let me plan this, we wouldn't be in trouble right now. I sincerely hope that this does not affect your relationship with the professor. Neither of you will be punished further. And that way I don't totally run out of energy. I'm going to have to stop it for now. And once we get close enough to completing it, of course I'll be back. Like always. That's like really that's one of the only things about this game that I don't like. They never give you enough energy. So, it sucks, but it is what it is. And I'll be back in just a sec. Alright, everyone. I am back. And we have less than 50 minutes. We have about 48 minutes. And, so yeah, we should be able to go ahead and complete this part of the final of part 4. So let's go ahead and get to it. There we go. Just like that. Oh man, this is gonna be this is gonna be so fun and a lot to edit, but that's okay. All right. But I managed to convince her that neither of you should be punished any further. How? She looked rather upset. Long story short, I admitted to her that I was the one responsible here. So she calmed down after I offered to assist her in some herbology classes for the foreseeable future. Additionally, all of the food that was planned for my Death Day party will go to Erling's party now. Well, that sucks. Ugh, this prank completely backfired on us. Forfeiting the food and helping with some classes is not a terrible punishment, don't you agree? That seems appropriate. It seems fair to me. The food wasn't ours to spoil. I mean, preserve. You know what I mean. I mean, the punishment, it could have been it could have been a whole lot worse, honestly. So there's no accounting for taste. Apparently, some people like green or gluttons for punishment. Indeed, Professor Sprout had been working to assist with the food preparation for both Death Day parties. It was not easy to talk her down from further punishment. Whatever, she'll get over it. Perhaps, but in the meantime, I must say that I'm truly sorry for everything. I hope that both of you can forgive my lack of judgment. Thank you, nearly headless Nick. I'm sorry that it came down to this. Without the food, will you still carry on with your plans for a Death Day party? That would disappoint Myrtle. I'm not sure yet. It's not much of a Death Day party without a feast. Oh, there's the arrogant jackass. Well, well, well. Great, just what I need right now. You flubbed it with incredible buffoonery that even I could have not predicted. It would be rather sad if you didn't thoroughly deserve it, such as it is hilarious. Before you waltzed in here, I thought about canceling my Death Day party. But seeing your pompous attitude has only rekindled my inclination to go forward with my event. I don't know what the event will look like now, but I certainly won't be backing down now. Drew, make sure that Myrtle is ready. My party will start very soon, and I don't want her to miss out. Alright. Accompany Myrtle. Are you going to accompany me to Nick's Death Day party? Alright, let's go to Moaning Myrtle. Accompany Myrtle. The flooded bathroom. Just the way she likes it. Myrtle, are you here? Hello, is anyone here? No, nobody's here. Come on, Myrtle, it's time for nearly headless Nick's Death Day party. We don't want to be late. I changed my mind. I'm not going. What's wrong? You were so excited about it before. The other ghosts don't want me there. I won't go. Let's not make any rash decisions. It's no use, Drew. I've made up my mind. Just wait, Myrtle. I'm going to find you and convince you of the great time we'll have. Okay, how long do we got? Oh, God. 8 hours? Okay, so... Damn, all this stopping and starting, but, like, as you can see, I only have, like, 13 energy, and, I mean, I'll have plenty of time to do it. So let me see... Damn, 2 of 5. Ooh, this is... Yeah, this is gonna be a long one, folks. But, because I look so forward to editing all of this. But I'm doing it for you guys. So, yeah, as much as I'd like to continue, but I'm gonna go ahead... I'm gonna have to go ahead and stop for now. And when I have the full energy that I need, I will be right back. Come on. It likes to do this shit. Let me try to save it one more time. Whatever, this God-blessing thing. There we go. Alright, it'll be just a second for you guys, so I'll be back in just a sec. Okay, I am back, everyone, and hopefully I have enough energy. I have 13 out of 29. Hopefully, I have enough energy left to complete the last of it. As you can see, I only have like 18 minutes left to complete it. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to redo all of that. Not the whole thing, just this whole part, which would be unfortunate. So, I don't know. Let's see. Let's invite all the guests to hear me tell a story. Damn, okay. Couldn't read all of that. As long as we do this quickly, guests from both parties should be pleased. Thank God I didn't have to redo that. We should officially be on the very last part of this. After this, alright, we have a plan. Freyr and Erling, you'll need to help your guest move to our party. Leave it to me. Sir Nicholas, we'll need to start clearing some space so that everyone will have enough room. To think a few moments ago I was worried that we would have too much space. Brilliant. We should have the parties combined in short order. Before we go any further, allow me to apologize for my behavior, Erling. I deeply regret what happened to the menu you prepared. I owe you an apology as well, Nicholas. I know I wasn't the most generous spirit to deal with. Oh, they're now apologizing even though they were at each other's throats not even that long ago. While I appreciate the sentiments, may I suggest we stay focused on uniting these parties? Our guests are waiting. Right, we have a lot of work to do. Understood, Drew. We all have re... Okay, we will all gather in the dungeons shortly. Gotcha. You know, none of this would have been possible without your vital influence, Drew. It hasn't been easy to juggle Sir Nicholas and Erling, but at the end of the day, both of them are my friends. I'm very grateful that you found a way of bringing them together. How about we celebrate once we have everyone in the same room together? We've got a party to plan. Hell yeah, let's go party. Attend the party. Welcome to Hogwarts' first combined Death Day party. Okay, so yeah, 5 of 5. But will this be the official end? Fingers crossed. Let's go find out. We gotta go to the dungeons, right? Yeah. Okay, the ballroom. Okay, yeah, this is new, just specifically for this quest. Attend the party. Okay. I'm curious to see what this looks like. Ooh, okay. Alright. We got anybody to talk to? Oh, yeah, look at all them ghosts. Oh, hell yeah, this is one hell of a shindig. No live people, a whole bunch of rotten food. Yes, we live for this. Yeah. The enchanted instruments are simply a delight. I believe this party will last deep into the evening. 2 Death Day parties in one. If this isn't the height of grandeur, I don't know what is. Okay, let's talk to Fat Freyr. I know that I had my doubts, but I must say, the food, the dancing, seeing everyone in here enjoying themselves, this is the Death Day party I had hoped for. Thank you for Thank you for reminding me what really matters when putting together a Death Day party, Drew. My pleasure, Sir Nicholas. After everything you've been through, I think it's time to enjoy the party you worked so hard to assemble. That's right, but where did Myrtle wander off to? Oh, there she is. Oh no, are we gonna have to do one last thing with the collecting the stars? I just want this to come to an end so I can edit this and get a thumbnail and get ready to upload it. Like, we're almost across the finish line. We're almost there. We're like 95% of the way if we gotta do another stars. Collecting the stars, which I hope we don't, but I have a feeling we probably will. There you are, Drew. I was beginning to think that you stood me up. No, not at all. In fact, I'm hoping that you were about to introduce me to some of your friends. I knew it! Why do I have to be right? Damn it. Alright. Well, I'll be back. I just want this to end so I can edit all of this together and upload it for YouTube. Oh god. Okay, this will be worth it. I'm gonna have to end it for now. But once I get close enough to that completing it on that last star, I'll be back. But yeah, because I don't want to start it only with 8 energy. I will start it when I have full energy, and then I'll just have to go from there. Man, I was hoping it was going to end right here, but damn it. 95% done, 96% done. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and save it and end it. And yeah, for you guys, it'll be a second, but for me, it's going to feel like an eternity. So yeah, I'll be back. Uh, all right. I am back, and the energy is full, and we should be able to now be able to complete this with over an hour left to go, because we are officially on the last star left to collect. And yeah, this wonderful shindig is going on, as you can see, with all the ghosts just socializing and dancing and all that good stuff. But it's time to go ahead and put an end to this long timed event, and it should be enough. I would like all of you to meet Myrtle Warren. This is her first Death Day party. I cannot recall a more grand Death Day party. I didn't realize there were so many ghosts here at Hogwarts. Okay, is there like one that we can hit with a 5? Welcome. These dungeons look incredible. You've really outdone yourself with this party. Alright. It took some work, but all of the guests appear to be enjoying themselves. There we go, baby! That should do it. Alright, I'm not too worried about that. Thank you for convincing me to come to the party tonight. This party is better than I could have imagined it to be. Think nothing of it, Myrtle. Thank you for inviting me as your guest. Ah, Professor Sprout. Miss Warren, would you mind if I had a word with your guest? Do you mind, Myrtle? I'm sorry that I keep getting pulled away. It's all right with me. I've got to check in with some of the other guests anyway. All right, you do that. Let's see what Professor Sprout wants. This soiree is looking quite lovely, Mr. Green. The Freyer told me you played a part in getting Sir Nicholas and Erling the Great to put their differences aside. I might have had a word or two with them. I'm curious, what's the most important thing you learned from this whole experience? The more, the merrier. 2 parties are harder than 1. We shouldn't make snap judgments. Sir Nicholas and Erling clashed at first sight, and even the Freyer was worried the 2 would never get along, but now they're hosting the most ambitious event for ghosts Hogwarts has ever seen. Next time something like this pops up, I hope that the 2 of them aren't so quick to judge others. It sounds like I don't have to worry about you tinkering with property that doesn't belong to you again. No, Professor, you don't have to worry about that at all. I'm glad to hear that you've grown from this, which is why I will be restoring the points I took away. Okay, alright. You mean it. I'm not a fan of trickery or pranks, but you managed to bring 2 of the Freyer's closest friends together after a rather nasty spat. And that is to be condemned. Thank you, Professor Sprout. Are you almost finished with Drew? I haven't had a single dance yet, and the dance floor is filling up. I believe I've taken up more than enough of your evening, Mr. Green. By all means. Come on, there's still a spot for us. Lead the way, Myrtle. You know, it is nice to see Myrtle in a different setting instead of her being in the bathroom all the time, like she was in the in Chamber of Secrets, and then I think she was in a Goblet of Fire briefly, but other than that, I don't think we ever saw her. I don't think we ever saw her again in the movies after Goblet of Fire. I don't remember. So it's nice that they gave her something more to do other than just being in the bathroom crying. You know what I mean? And there it is. Dueling Death Day parties complete. Okay, so what is the replay button for? Oh, God. Oh, it's just them dancing. Okay, I thought we were going to redo the whole thing. Oh, thank God that ain't happening. Not to say that I didn't enjoy this, but I've been at this for more than 2 days, real life time. So now the long, excruciating part of this whole process is over. Now, all I have to do is get a thumbnail, and all I have to do is edit this into one long-ass video, and it shouldn't be too much longer. I'm thinking right now it's Saturday morning, so my hope is that it'll be up on YouTube by tonight, maybe on Sunday. That's my hope. I thought it was going to be early next week, but I think I'm going to go ahead and get it out on the weekend. So I'm curious about this outfit, or it might be different pieces of an outfit here. I'm assuming it's going to turn us invisible. Let me take a look. Oh, okay, so it's just like... Oh, is this it? Oh, okay. I guess this is it, huh? Because I don't think... Okay, what are the new pants? Oh, okay. So let me see. Yeah, I guess this is supposed to be kind of like ghostly. You know what? I kind of do like this outfit better than where is it? Better than that one. I mean, not that one's not bad, but I don't know. There's just something kind of cool about this one, and you know, hold on. I'm gonna show you guys this. So, right here, not this. Might as well go ahead and collect it. I won't be able to get that outfit, but that's okay. Soon enough, I'll be able to get another outfit right here. This one, this trick or treat cliche right here. I think this is actually pretty cool. And what this is pretty much like a battle pass. So there you go. That's how I was able to get all of that energy there at the beginning part. And it's like, I think it's less than $10. Although you can pay, I paid $10 to get extra energy. That's why I think you can only pay, I think $5 or $6 for it. I can't remember, but yeah. So the next time I get to Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery, we will be picking back up with the Quidditch side quest. I believe it will be part 7, and yeah, I enjoyed the quest. This quest, even though it was agonizingly long in real life. And I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Like I said, you know, in earlier parts, I apologize for not talking during all of it. But like I said, one part I was grocery shopping. I was just doing crap around the house. I was walking the dog. I was around family members during one part of it. So, but some of it I was able to be by myself, like right now. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here and go ahead and get all of this up, you know, edit it, get a thumbnail, all that good stuff. And yeah, so that is going to do it for this video. I want to thank each and every one of you for stopping by and for your continued support. And if you're new, welcome on in for the very first time. I'm glad to have your support and thank you for your time. And I am Buck Beak, and I'm gonna go fly away back to my nest. Until next time, bye guys.